Okay, let's talk about President Xi's virtual appearance at the BRICS summit. He talked about three key proposals, and among them, upholding multilateralism, a way to move forward with global fairness and justice and openness. Talk a bit about that and why you think that is so important right now.
Well, this amounted to a full-throated defense of globalization. Remember, it's been globalization that has helped the global South and the Central Asia rise up. And I don't mean just economically, not militarily. So he's made it very clear that the line has been drawn. Multilateralism, think of it like a tide. And the tide is coming in. Unfortunately, you have those, especially in the United States, who are trying to resist it. And this was a clear call for everyone to work together, not belligerently, just to defend, all right, what has been gained so far, especially institutions like the WTO, UN, etc.
Right. And it's also a time, I think one could argue, for BRICS nations to shine. They're forging new ties, and we heard talk about a new world order recently. What role do you believe BRICS can play there?
Obviously, BRICS is the leading entity, as was said earlier. If you start adding up the numbers on BRICS, it's far more potent than the United States. And that is something that does not sit well with somebody like Donald Trump. He wants to be the bully in the room. And if there's a bigger bully out there, he's going to be very concerned. There are, obviously some consideration. Why did Indian Modi not show up in person? It was a virtual meeting. It didn't have to travel or anything like that. And the fact that Donald Trump said some sweet words to him in the last couple of days and he didn't show up, that's sending some questions around. But I think in the end, whether you trust your neighbors and the people who were around you during this period of growth, or do you trust the entity that is now trying to end that, I think long term, it's very clear, India has to make a choice, and the choice is inevitably with the global South.
Yeah, and to pick up on that, like any organization, there are going to be competing interests within the BRICS group. How do you believe that it can find a way to move forward and, in essence, seize the moment right now?
Well, the most important part is this is not ideological. No one is saying you should adopt my system or you should play by my rules or I should make decisions for your capitals. What they're saying is that, look, global trade is good for all of us. There has to be a path forward. The days of one country being a hegemon and unilaterally putting tariffs on other countries so that they can make their country better doesn't work. And it is time for them to come together. Now, BRICS obviously is the heavyweight. If it went as an 11-member group to Washington and said to Donald Trump, look, knock it off. You're domestically, no one supports your policies. Internationally, no one does. It's time to recalibrate your thinking. I don't know if he would, but it would be a very strong message, one he could not ignore.
Well, I guess we have about 3.5 more years of Trump here in the White House, so we'll see. Einar Tangen, always a pleasure. Thanks for your insight.
Thank you, Sean.